Welcome to the new sound of online radio. Welcome to the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network. 'Cause you make me feel like I've been locked out of hell. A mix of today's hits and hard-to-find favorites, combined with the most entertaining and intriguing talk anywhere. This is your sound. This is the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network at ubnradio.com.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Kanan's Rules. Tonight we have a very special show. It's one where my mic just started working. And
it was always working.
Okay.
It just, the headphones were down.
We're off to a flying start, aren't we?
Yes, we are. And also, I love when we have couple shows, because then we can kind of flex our couple muscles.
Compare notes.
Compare notes.
Whoa,
yes.
whoa, whoa. What kind of a show did we just
Yeah.
get ourselves onto? What muscles
Right?
are we talking about? Sean,
You didn't read the show description?
am I overdressed? I don't
Well, so, you know, I mean, basically our show is kind of everybody sees us. And,
Fence for themselves?
well, yeah, kind of that. And then they meet us and they say, oh, wow, you two idiots have 5 kids. How did that happen? And
I keep wondering that myself.
And we manage, and we're still saying we have all our hair, and some of them are in college, none of them are in jail.
Oh, it's a good one.
Well, all
good
good. And so we bring other couples on, and we kind of swap stories and see, you know, where we're going right and where we're going wrong, and then, you know, how you make it in the industry, because it's a really ugly, crazy, fun, exciting, exhilarating, amazing industry.
Sure.
So we
Yeah.
kind of swap stories.
We're glad to be here.
Sounds
So-
about
We
right.
should probably introduce who our guests
So
are.
yes, and so tonight we're going to follow with that format. This year we've been doing. We've been talking about New Year's resolutions, and so now we're going to kind of cross over into, we've been talking about fitness last week and diets, and now we're going to move over into something more exciting like home improvement and dancing.
And dancing.
Love
Yeah.
it. With our guest, Rib Hillis, and his lovely wife, Elena
Grinenko.
Grinenko.
Yeah, wow, that's
Yeah,
Well
thank
done.
you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well
I
done.
missed the publicist meeting before this.
Goldila.
So just before we went on air, we were having a compare our day moment.
a power meeting in the front seat of the car.
Yes, and we were having a compare our day moment.
3 minutes of decompression.
of the horror stories.
I don't know whose was worse. Michelle had to chaperone a
field trip.
a 7th grade field trip.
To the Science Center. And I had...
How are you not drinking right now?
That's coming later. Trust me.
Right.
There's not
That's after
martinis
the
going
show.
on. Wow.
Yes, that was really... But
Which science center?
the LA Science.
one?
Yeah.
I love the
Where she
aquarium
got
down
to see
there.
the.
Yeah, which is free, by the way, on the 25th.
Oh, the aquarium is free.
No. Or maybe.
I thought
There's a.
science
I think it's a
Science
scam.
always
It's always
free.
free.
It's
No,
always,
They
just-
but
suggest a donation.
I
No,
see.
but you know...
a strong
You
donation.
pay for the extra things, you know,
Right.
for the most interesting parts you pay.
Right.
Did you
you
see
pay
the,
for I
the
saw
Space shuttle?
Oh my God!
I
haven't
did.
seen it. I haven't
I
seen it
did.
yet.
Gotta see that.
It's amazing.
I saw it once when I was in the valley, and I actually saw it on an overhead freeway as they were leading it down there.
right.
Driving it there. okay.
Driving it down there, yeah.
It
and
is
I
a
saw
trip.
it flying.
To think
I saw
that
it
that
flying.
thing was in space and it's 10 feet over your head. You literally can almost touch it. It's
Yes.
Wow.
unbelievable.
But is it
Believe me-
really? Was it like really long, like a
Actually,
747?
I
or?
have to correct you
I think
there.
it's bigger.
3 of my little charges today jumped and did touch it, which was
Oh.
frowned upon.
You have
heavily.
tall kids.
Why do I feel like
No,
one of
they
the?
jumped.
Why do I
They
feel like
were
one of those is
jumping.
my daughter?
Well, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
It was the coolest thing because as growing up watching the space shuttle,
Yeah,
and
but
being
did-
like that thing was in space.
And imagine,
would wanna
I was
touch
sitting there with these kids and talking to them, and I said, you know, I remember when I was in their grade. It was the whole school was in the auditorium. All the kids were sitting, and
they
we were
broadcast it.
watching as the
Challenger.
blew up.
Oh no!
I-
Really?
There we
right?
were like,
Terrible.
What bad?
What
bad PR
happened?
there. I was home watching it, and there was like how many launches? I mean, we were already like dozens.
Yeah,
into it.
yeah.
But I decided I'll watch it countdown from like 40. I was home with an ear infection. I watched the whole countdown, and it's
Yep.
going up, and it does that blow up thing. I'm like, Mom, I think there's
It's not
something.
supposed to do that.
Yeah, this
Right.
is
Was
not,
it that? Was that also the first female astronaut?
yes,
No, it was
and
also
she was
the
a teacher.
school teacher. Yeah, Kristen McCullough.
Right.
Wow.
And was she the first?
I thought it was
Probably
actually
not.
what was significant was that she was a school teacher. That
No,
she
I
was
thought
a
it
civilian.
Was female. The
No,
next
she was
one
definitely
was Sally
female, but-
Ride was the one that actually made it.
First
Was that what it was?
American one.
If anyone out there is listening, call in and correct us.
Anyone from
Any-
Nassau, please call in immediately.
Yes, and the kids were like, "Oh, that's so funny," and I'm like, "No, it actually exploded."
And then
like,
how
what-
about a few years later,
But
or
they
many
had
years later, the
no-
one that went over California, and you could literally see the debris like trails
Falling
as
off
it's
because it was
falling.
the reentry.
Apparently, being an astronaut's a dangerous job.
Yes, yes,
For
but,
sure.
But, okay, but I was more
But so is
startled.
being a soap opera star.
Yes, you can hurt your eyebrow very badly when you cock it and look pensively out the fourth.
Sean,
fourth
Sean,
wall.
don't sprain yourself. You're
That's right. Spray my
You
eyebrow.
have a big day tomorrow.
Or
There's a
dancing,
lot
dancing
of,
with the stars. people
Dancing
get
with the
injured.
Stars. Listen, I mean, I've said this before that I was on Dancing with the Stars in Italy, and I got more hurt doing that show than any other sport or anything I've ever done.
It's 'cause
I mean,
you're old.
No, but I mean,
I
wasn't
that
as
so
old
many
then.
times today. I have
yes,
to
but
tell
our
you.
new friends.
I know, but
haven't.
we're not quite there yet.
Oh, we're
So-
pacing ourselves. I
yeah.
forgot. Michelle's conducting the show today.
Yeah.
At my request.
So at this, while I'm with all of these children, and my stepdaughter informs everyone. Well, my stepmother's a big star. She hosts a radio show, and I was like, "Yes, I am. That is true." And
Take
they're
it where you
like,
can get it,
cool.
right?
Like, who's going to be on your show today?
And one of the kids is like, my dad's Steven Spielberg.
and I was like, of course he is. So, yeah.
He was.
Yeah, and so I was explaining, and then three of the girls, I told them Sean was going to be on. They're like, "Oh my God, he's so hot! Can you get his autograph?"
God,
and I'm like,
stop, Michelle.
"Well, we're married," and they're like, "You're married to him?
You can still get my autograph if you want.
He can be. I know. I'm planning on it later. But then they're
selling
then
for $20 a piece.
but then
Yeah,
when,
good luck.
Make money on the break.
right?
Yeah, maybe my mother will pay you for one of those. That's
I
about it.
like to
don't
think I
think so.
devalue the material
Right.
I sign when I sign it.
No, but I love the thought about my daughter Simone bragging about you
that
being a big
I'm
star.
the big star. And then they're like, "Wait, so is that Simone's dad?" And I said, "Yeah, that's Simone's dad." And they're like, "Well, isn't he?" And she's like, "No, he's not famous. He's on a TV show." And I was like, "Oh." And then I was like, "Okay, that's interesting. Their perception of what's cool and famous."
Right.
So
Yeah.
my internet radio show, I'm like big hit, but like Sean is, he's on
Yeah,
network,
it's just TV.
network TV,
Big
Wow.
deal.
right?
Does that sell out?
Right, and then we started talking about the Challenger exploding. They had never heard of it, like no clue. No, they didn't
How
think it
old
was
are they?
even. They're 13.
Oh wow.
I mean,
These are kids that have never lived without cell phones, ATMs. Michelle tells this story all the time about her daughters with the thing with the dial tone.
Yeah, they
on
asked
the
me
phone.
to. They wanted. My daughter's like, "I want to go somewhere," and I said, "Well, I have to make a bunch of calls. You can help me return them. Grab this phone and start calling." So she goes, "Mom, your phone's broken." And I said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "I keep hitting send and it goes." And like that's the dial tone.
dial
and she goes,
tone.
"What is that?"
You mean you actually have to get up and pick the phone up off the wall? What is that?
Yeah.
It's attached to the wall.
I mean,
Can you imagine give them the one like you have to like put the
The,
finger
the
in
rotary
right?
one?
Right,
Yeah, right.
right.
Good luck with
I
that.
grew up with that one.
right.
Now, where did you grow up, by the way?
I grew up in former Soviet Union in Russia.
But right in Russia proper, yeah?
yeah,
Moscow.
in Moscow, yeah.
Because there were, what, like 25 republics or something? Or
15.
15. All right, that was
Yes.
close.
Yeah.
Wow. Last
Wow.
week we
We
had
had
a
another-
guest from Siberia.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
That's part of Russia.
Yeah, and she
Cold part.
Yeah, real cold part. And she's like, "Yeah, my dad was a nuclear physicist, and in
Oh,
Siberia."
my granddad was a general of Red Army.
Yeah?
Wow.
I would be-
when we saw like the Mayday parades and they're marching all the missiles through Red Square.
Right, yeah. One
And
made
then
them and the other one
and then they
lined
they pan over to
Yeah.
the generals up there with like all of the colors and everything, and the hat.
Right.
That was your grandfather. That
Yeah,
not
he
Wow, with all the medals and everything.
He
and
was
he was
actually a
big
KGB.
time. Big
Yeah?
time.
Wow.
Yeah.
He would be turning over in his grave, although he probably would embrace it. But the idea that his granddaughter is married to an American and living here now,
Yeah.
it's just got to have to
Wow.
be so foreign to him.
Well, and let me ask you this: What do you think about they're talking a lot about the potential safety problems and security problems with the Olympics happening in is it Sochi? Is that how you say it?
Sochi. Yeah.
Sochi. And what do you think that? I mean, a lot of people are suggesting that countries don't send their athletes because they think that there's going to be a big terrorist event. I don't know. What do you think? Is that just hype
Well,
or?
I don't know. There are things been happening in Germany, and people
And
thought
here-
it was
and in
safe
Boston.
to go. You know,
Right.
In
and
Boston,
And
I
in
too.
think it's-
Atlanta years ago,
Right. With
I think
although it
it's
is a
just
real
a-
threat in Sochi right now. First, that's
because apparently this one terrorist faction, I forget which one it is, has said we are going to.
Yeah, but I feel like that threat is going to be anywhere, and I feel like the Soviet Union has enough military.
Yeah, I feel like Vladimir can probably put the smackdown on.
I think
on
if
that.
you hear it like way like that in advance, they can pull it up together and make it safe.
Yeah.
Versus if it happens in the other country, what everybody thinks it's nice and peachy and shebang.
Right.
It's more
Shebang.
I love that this show we can talk about geopolitics and astrophysics and not really be informed on anything.
Any of it, right?
Right.
We don't know what we're
I'm
talking
gonna
about.
pick
Actually,
let's talk about mathematics.
Did you know that what is it? The
Pace yourself.
Bahama, the Jamaican
use your
Jamaican
words.
bobsled team is being sponsored by dog currency.
by dog currency.
Yeah.
What is dog
I have no
currency?
idea.
Okay, so
Rib, I never know what he's
okay,
talking
so
about.
dog is the
Is this
equivalent.
DOG?
DOGE. It's
DOGE.
the new Bitcoin.
Okay.
So what happened?
Nice.
Oh, wait, well,
But
there's an age gap here. What the hell is a Bitcoin?
You
Peter-
should know it
This
because
you
it's
should
during
know.
your time.
Peter, explain what a Bitcoin is.
A Bitcoin is a virtual currency that was sponsored by, I think, the Winklevoss twins, and they just put in a ton of money. So
you
it
know
went
who
from,
those guys are?
So-
the guys
I
from
do know,
the
yes, I
yeah.
do
Okay.
yeah, so
know
it
they
went
are.
from like being maybe 20 cents per like dollar for them to
5,000. I thought.
5,000 a piece.
Yeah.
Where it
But
just
here's-
like it's skyrocketed and now it's like trickling
Okay,
down
but here's
very
the
slowly.
problem with that. According to the U.S. Constitution, I believe the Constitution, and anyone out there can correct me, but
This
there,
show is
there-
so awesome.
there is only supposed to be currency, which is
Are you
created.
sure we're not drinking? We are really hitting all topics.
This is not water.
we hit all topics.
By the way, at about 8:30,
interrupting
just
my
as a
point.
heads up, we're going to talk about religion. So just get ready.
really?
Okay, sex at
Okay,
8:45,
okay, I'm
and then
leaving.
we're.
Wait, are we having
It was
sex
nice
at
to know you.
8:45?
I will be stepping out
Okay,
for that.
just to cap that,
Awkward.
anyway, they're talking about shutting down the bitcoins because it's becoming a second currency, and you're not allowed to have one. You're only allowed to have
You're not allowed to
legal
compete.
tender, which is from the United States.
However, they're getting away with it because it's an international currency.
So the Jamaican bobsled team is not sponsored by a drug dealer.
No,
selling
it's sponsored by
marijuana.
Dog.
It's Dog.
Dog, which is
You sound like a New York Jewish woman.
yeah, but
it's
that-
sponsored by Dog.
But the thing is that that's how it's pronounced, and
Yeah.
it comes from a meme.
yeah, Sean.
Like it's the funniest thing. They put a picture of
Go,
like
Petey.
a puppy, and it's like, and it's like dog. and like one of the funny things is that they're converting that into Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin into the Jamaican currency for the bobsled,
I see.
and that's how they're sending the Jamaican bobsled to the Olympics this year.
and hopefully,
Very innovative.
Cuba Gooding Jr. will once again reprise his role and play them.
All right. I think we've had a little a bombastic enough
How long
free
is this
for
show?
all.
Just so I know how far to pace myself.
We have
Hey, you got another 35 minutes, Rib.
Okay, good.
All right, now your lovely publicist Charles Riley, who is just
He is-
camera phobic.
Sean, I have
and
told you cannot call men lovely. We frequent
delightful,
Palm Springs.
delightful. Who
No.
refuses to sit
How
in here
about
with us.
Efficient.
He's all that too.
Competent,
We love Charles.
professional.
I've worked with him for a long time. But he
Okay.
said that you guys both met when you were both doing a project for ABC. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, she was on Dancing with the Stars, and I was on Extreme Makeover Home Edition, and it was the upfront party at the Beverly Hilton Hotel, July 17th. I didn't want to
It's
go.
Very good with dates.
She didn't want to
Nice.
go.
Wait, July 17th, what year?
It'll be 6 years ago this coming July 17th.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and we ended up there. I'm standing there with all my Extreme crew, and I see this woman walk across this crowded room with all this ABC celebrities and all the
favorite story.
publicists. And she literally stomps through the room with her nose up in the air like she can't be bothered. Like,
Oh, wow.
And I watch her go across the room, and I asked the publicist that was taking us around, I go, hey, who is that, and what is her problem?
You're like, that's the girl for me.
And he says, that's the girl from Extreme. I'm like, I Dancing with Stars. I got to go talk to her.
I just have to say, in her defense, she probably was nervous, in a hurry, and had been hit on by 97 other people.
Nah,
that
I just didn't want to be
She
there.
was just bitchy.
and did not want to be there. And
I
and
did.
men
I
think
found
that
her.
is so attractive.
I found
and
her
so
at the
hot.
party and literally just went up and said hi to her, and We ended up going to an after party that night with Karina Smirnoff.
Every time he tells that story, I always think about where are the men logics. It's like, okay, look at that bitch. Oh, I'm gonna go talk to her.
Right.
About us
That's
being
it.
bitchy.
Right.
It was the same deal when I saw her for the first time. You know, she was complaining and
In
and I was
my
like, yep, that's the girl I've got to marry.
I was hammered, and I hated men that day. It was a really, really bad day. I had just separated from my ex.
If that
It
doesn't
is a
scream
s-
attractive,
it
Rib,
is a s-
He
it
was
is a
not
strange
supposed.
psyche.
He
Why
was,
do we do that?
I know he was not supposed to be there. I was supposed to be with my girlfriend, and she was on a date, and he was her date.
Well, everybody.
No.
Well,
Wow.
well, like everybody.
That's a good story.
Everybody loves a problem to fix in somebody else. So.
Oh,
Oh,
I
but it's
did
more
not
than that.
have
It's
a
also
problem.
attractive because here's the thing. You know, when you walk in and you're like that, it means that you are completely unconcerned with other people looking at you.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not like you're trying to.
Confident.
It's very. There's a confidence about it, and that's very
In
attractive.
charge, you can, you could drop her anywhere on the planet, and she could make
And
her
let's
way back.
let's be honest.
Yeah,
we're not
okay,
talking about
fine.
a homely girl here in a
Right.
potato sack,
Right.
walking. It's like well, you look like
Right.
Cinderella.
We
Yeah.
had an interesting conversation then, and talk about being competent and dropping anywhere on the planet. So somehow that first evening, we got into the conversation of if we were in a plane crash in the top of the Andes, like that movie,
Smart.
Alive,
Totally
right?
perfect
What
first
would
date.
happen? And she goes, "I would kill you and eat you." Literally, and I'm
Sean
like,
said
"What?"
that to me
You?
God, that's my
In the
mom.
first
argue
date,
all
like
she's
the
like,
Andes Mountains thing, right?
Exactly.
Oh my God!
Now,
I,
this is what I said. If you will threaten me, I will not wait. I'll kill you first.
"This is our first
how you
date.
watch a
This is
movie?
our first
Sean
moments
said-
together. I will kill you."
there's
Sean-
something very attractive about a woman
Sean
being willing to
says
eat you.
that he will do that to me all the time. In fact, the
I,
other
I,
day,
I have a body part too,
he-
which I picked too. Remember,
yes,
it's your
he's-
arms.
yes, he's
and
sitting on my arms.
just get in there and
right.
We should
The
like
bottom-
have
the
a
back of
barbecue
her
together
arms right
because
there.
I know exactly.
The other, or you guys
see. The
haven't
problem with
gotten
Pete is there's no meat there, so I mean, it's like
Yeah, but
you're
I'm
safe.
But see, I'm resourceful and I can scavenge.
That's
Oh
true.
my God, that's
the other
awesome.
day,
Nobody
you
wants
guys-
to eat Petey.
you guys,
I'm
here's,
all
here's
gaming.
some coming attractions. You guys haven't gotten to the point where you can have a conversation with your child yet.
Lucky.
He told
Well,
Peter
I have
the
10-year-old twins.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
you know we have
Okay,
twins
well,
too.
We have 14-year-old
Michelle has-
twins.
yeah.
Are yours boys or
Yeah,
girls?
that's a treat.
Boy, girl.
Okay, we have identical girls.
Who are about
yeah.
to start a new school tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
And
Yes.
yeah, they transferred. We just moved and they transferred schools.
Yeah, it's
Do
gonna
they
And,
love it or do they hate
Hell
it?
hath no fury like two girls who are 14-year-olds.
And they're what?
Adolescent.
And let me tell you, they've got a black belt in eye rolling
sophomores?
too.
Oh my God!
Black
I
belt
told
and
him
eye
the other
rolling.
day. I was like unpacking some stuff and I found a staple gun and I was like, I can staple your eyes in place so you stop rolling them. Like obviously they're loose because I know you wouldn't roll your eyes at me, and they're like. I mean,
So this is what I have to look forward to.
oh my God! In space, they're 10.
What do you
Yours are
think?
girls or
Okay,
boys?
She's not
One-
rolling your
Boy,
eyes
girl.
at you?
Yeah, one
Okay,
girl,
your
yeah.
10-year-old, they're starting to take a shower for about an hour. And you're like, what are you doing in there? And they're like, yeah. And then
We
they-
have a 21-year-old house guest who takes 45-minute showers if
yeah.
she's listening.
Wow, how'd you wrangle that, Rib?
She's
Because I've been asking to adopt a 17-year-old Vietnamese girl for years now.
And I said,
I
oh
guess
my
it doesn't-
God,
it
get
does
two.
sound
Why not have cooking and
How
laundry?
cliche
Wow.
would it be
Kidding?
if we had like hot young au pairs? I mean, I can't go
I
anywhere.
don't think we'd still be married.
You know who watches my 5-month-old son? Well,
Yeah.
before it was
My mom.
our mother-in-law. It was a lovely 60-year-old Russian woman. Like there, I get nowhere near like hot
Yeah,
Swedish au
that's
pairs.
very smart.
Isn't
Trust
it?
me.
Yeah,
that's
I said
very
it's
smart.
way too, easy for
It's-
that.
it'd be
Why
a
would you even
derivative.
do that
Elena, they
situation?
said hot 17. They didn't say male or female.
Oh.
So, if
All
Sean
right.
says let's get a hot 17-year-old,
Mom.
it will be a male.
Mom, it's an au pair, not an au male.
No,
Okay.
but an au pair is the reference to the job, young Petey.
Yes, I know.
Go
but
back to Jedi
Peter,
school.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Do your technology.
there's
and,
no reason.
Go back to Jedi school.
All right, so I want to hear the rest of the story. So you guys went to an after party together,
Right.
and did you meet
She
the
threatened
whole?
to kill me.
Did you meet the whole?
No, wait,
wait,
hold
did you
on.
dance? Wait,
Hold
did you
on.
dance at the after party?
No, I didn't even. I
No,
had never
it
seen.
was
Wait, hold
even-
on. So you didn't pull out your A game then?
I invited him to the after party because apparently we had the same producer and who came up to me and said, "Do you know this guy?" I'm like, "No, we just met. Seems really nice. You know, he's married." And I'm like,
Oh.
"Son."
Wow.
So I invited him to the party just to bring him in and ignore him.
Right.
And she did a good job of that. And
Smart.
threatened to
Wait,
kill me.
were you married?
I was legally married. We were separated and
Okay.
soon
Well, we were in the
thereafter
same
got
position.
Legally
No,
separated.
We were in the exact same
no,
position.
babe, I'm gonna get you off the hook right now. Cause see, remember when I told you he was on a date with my friend, and
I wouldn't call it a date.
because he had a girlfriend.
You were at the
So-
same
Wasn't really a
place with
date.
someone.
No, but he had a girlfriend, so he was
That
just fooling around with my
Okay, wait a
friend.
second. Wait a second. In my defense, this was a transatlantic relationship
Yes.
that had run its course. She was in a different country, and I was
That's
trying
what
to
my-
get out of it.
Sean,
Right.
you get one per zip code.
I just have to say,
My
This is a country code.
Yeah, my
Yeah, what about
ex-husband said.
what
you
about
have-
dialing code? One because you
Exactly.
have 818
Anytime you have to dial.
zip code. Sorry, how does that go?
All right. Anyway,
I believe in equity. So I'm a big stickler on equity. Like if whatever's good for you is doubly is good for me.
I gotta agree with you. I think that there's equality.
wait. That's not equity. What's doubly good for you? Wouldn't it be whatever's good for me is good for you? Not
No,
whatever's
because
good
you're-
for me is
no,
doubly
because-
good for you.
Yeah, because
That's-
because you did it first and you're bigger and stronger, and everybody knows you have to
Oh
make
my
up the gap.
goodness. And you know what the funny thing is I'm a very good husband.
Yes, he is.
All right,
That
thank
is
you.
true.
All right, anyway, back
I
to
feel
our
like we're at a dinner party right now. This is
right.
awesome.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Except
Wait,
I've got a
where's the-
7 a.m. call tomorrow.
Damn you.
Yes.
Damn you, Disney.
So anyway, okay, so you really were just doing this to torture him.
Yes.
We went on
Smart,
3
I love
dates,
it.
and she tortured me for 3 dates. She literally ignored me and talked to everyone
Do you-
around me. And on the 3rd date, she turned to me and she asked me some completely benign question. I literally
Was it in
looked at her,
Russian?
and I said, "Wait a minute, are you talking to me?" And she goes, "Yeah." I go, "Seriously? Because you've been ignoring me for the last 3 dates."
Right.
Well, you
And
must have liked it if you went out with her 2 times before.
there was something
you were
about her.
fascinated by the
I mean,
rejection.
she's my wife now. We have a
You
child.
know?
So, and then literally at that moment, I think I grabbed her hand and we were across the street. We went to the social club, the LA Fitness Club over on what is it, Sunset?
Right.
Yeah, it is.
Of
yeah.
course,
We
you
were
two went
across
on a
the street
workout
at
date.
Dog and no, Cat and the Fiddle across the
Right,
street.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And we walked in. There was some big event, and she immediately ordered up glass full shot glasses, and we got annihilated.
Smart.
Well, it's a
Smart.
3rd date rule, so you know.
She
Right.
wanted you.
Time to
Do
introduce you
not
to Russian
drink
culture.
Do not
Right.
drink
So
vodka
No,
she
with the
no, but
Russian.
that was the I'm gonna get you so hammered thinking that this is gonna happen, and then I'm gonna go, oh, that was cute. You thought that was gonna
so-
happen.
Oh no! The
Did she
story
have-
has this.
Elena, did you outdrink him?
Of
did.
course, she always.
It's in your blood, right? I mean, let's be honest.
I think it comes with breast milk, to tell you the truth.
When you're Russian, huh?
Right.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
Oh my god! But here's what I'm impressed about is like you didn't pull out your A game. Like you didn't say, "Hey, let's go somewhere we can go dancing or something," and then like all of a sudden
Well,
you're.
she didn't
she
need
doesn't
to.
like
He
it.
was
She
fine.
doesn't
I
like
know. That's a very confident move.
You know what,
You know?
Sean? That would be like me taking you and going, "Hey, let's go to open mic night, and you can do monologues."
What would that be for you,
Not sure
Sean?
about that analogy.
What would you be? What would-
Do you
Let's
like
go to a
to-
picture
actually-
conference, and you can show me how I can whip the
But that's
PTA
what I'm
into
saying.
shape.
She just
Well, it really depends. Like, I don't like to dance. Okay, I
See?
do dance. We go out, but it's not on my first priority list.
Right.
I would rather go hang out and
Right.
talk.
Talk
And
and
right, because
things
it's
drink
your
vodka.
job.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
If I already go out dancing, I want to go goof around. Like,
Right,
just
exactly.
regular club dancing. And
Right,
Cognition.
Exactly. Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
You want to go to a
so
hardcore
wait,
rave.
now let me ask. Let's go back
Go
to this this little moment. So you had children.
Yes,
did
they
you
were
tell-
5 years old at the time. Yeah.
Did you tell her immediately?
Yes, I do knew he had children right away. Yes, he
I
even
told her I had
showed
a
me the
wife right away,
pictures.
too.
Yeah,
No,
you have to.
didn't. No,
Uh-oh.
no,
that
not about
first-
that wife.
The first night I didn't mention it.
Well, we had
I think
to
you get a
kinda
free pass the first night
we
at the
had
hotel,
to
maybe.
Square it away pretty much immediately for me, because for me it was a big no-no. I would
Right,
never
for sure.
ever
Date a married
go,
man.
For
yeah.
sure.
go with out with a married
I
man.
would never date a
But
married
what
man either.
happened is next day I went to my friend's baby shower, and the same publicist girl were at that party, and she said, "Oh my God, Rip is so hot. He's all over you." I'm like, yeah, but he's married. She goes, "No, he's separated," and I was still kind of on
Right.
You weren't sure.
And then my friend kind of put me ashamed, because when I moved to this country, I moved with my husband at that point, and we separated here. And because we applied for documents together, we kept our marriage until we got our green card.
Right.
So I was officially married and still dated
Gotcha.
other people. So she
Right.
said, you're being a hypocrite because
Right.
if he's separated, then you don't want to give him a chance.
Right.
And,
That's true.
And that's when I said, okay, fine. I'll go and at least find out what the story
Right,
is. And
exactly.
when we went on that official, I guess, can't even call it a date. It was a red carpet event. That's when
Right.
he
That's
told
the
me.
best, like, sort of ploy to get someone on a date. Because
Right.
there's people there that's fun.
Yeah. The
buffer
and you're
zone.
not committed. You know,
Right.
and so there's an environment that's fun.
Right.
And it was next door to the Abbey, so it was Aussie Bum was
Nice.
launching like
And
some.
guess what he did? He stripped down to his
His
underwear.
underwear,
and
really?
put the
Really?
Aussie band
So wait a minute.
pants on.
Wait. So Rib pulled the spin move.
I will
Yeah.
play the game. The game on the second date. Yeah.
And suddenly you were like, well, it's not really a firm rule about the marriage. It's more of more of an outline, you know.
It's a guideline.
It's a guideline.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking
Sean
for.
pulled out his house.
I did
He had-
stop, Michelle.
He
Stop.
had a 5-story house with an
Stop.
elevator,
It was-
and he's like, "Oh, you have to see my
No,
house. You have to come over. It's so nice." And I was like, "Well, okay." And he's like, "It's really close. You can just come by." So he takes me on a tour. He neglects to tell me it's 5 stories, and the 5th story is the bedroom. And he's like, "So I'm exhausted. You're probably not going to want to go down the stairs." And I was like, "Don't you have an elevator?" And he's like, "Yeah, but it's 1 floor down."
It's broken.
It's broken.
It's broken.
So I was like,
You're going to have
"Well,"
to stay the night.
so we stayed.
It's
and
amazing how that worked.
It did work.
It
did
did?
work. It did
Aw.
work. It did work. I was very susceptible.
She's like, I don't really want to stay the night, but 5 floors, jeez.
Right. And I was like,
Screw
we'll
it.
sleep with 1 foot on the floor.
Yes, exactly.
And that
That's what
worked out
happened.
pretty,
That's
except Sean moves a lot
that's
in his
exactly
sleep. So
what
there was a lot of unsanctioned touching.
All right, so let's get back to our guest for a second. Okay, so
Okay.
you guys have been on your 3rd date now, and you're working on the home show, right?
I was on Extreme Makeover Home.
Now, were you
Edition.
kind of, forgive me because I didn't see it, but were you kind of like the Ty Pennington guy, the good-looking guy that can fix everything?
Babe, before we do that, it's
Just-
8:30. We have to do our weather report.
Oh, well, yeah, we got to wait for Johnny P to call us in. We have our Johnny P called in.
Nope, he just hung up.
Oh, we did. Hey,
Johnny
hey,
P said.
hey, we're gonna
We have no
we're,
weather.
We're gonna get a weather report from our good friend Johnny P from the Late Night with Johnny P show, and he's gonna give us a quick report on
He's in New
how
York.
things are
Oh, yeah, the weather
on the
report is cold.
on the
Nice
east
here,
on
cold
the east
there,
coast.
that's it.
It's like
Chilly.
Siberia
Done deal.
cold, right?
Yeah.
Chilly.
All right, so where were we though? Because we don't know when he's gonna. Call
I was
in,
on
so-
Extreme Makeover,
Yes.
and she was on Dancing with the Stars, and I, like she said, we did have the same. You know, it's the same. Endemol does both shows, so we
Right.
was all into the same house, and I would go travel around the country. Did you come to one of the sets
I did in Stamford.
in Connecticut?
Yeah.
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 And that was fun. I was on that show for 2 years.
Yeah.
I did 16 shows, and I guess your question was the Ty Penny. Ty was amazing. I think that whole industry is kind of on his back because he brought so much energy to that show, and the Extreme Makeover made the whole. It went from this old house with Bob Villa, which is great,
Right.
to
Right.
what it is now, which
Right,
is these
which is
shows
amazing,
that there's
yeah.
dozens
There's
and
so
dozens
many of them now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was Extreme. Did it all.
No, what was your specialty? I mean, was it carpentry? Was it?
I'd like to say I'm more of a hammer and nails kind of guy than color and swatch kind of guy.
Nice.
Like
Okay.
I build stuff most primarily with wood.
Totally agree.
I
That's
built every
Sean and-
project that I worked on the show that you saw me that this is my project, and I had a lot of fun doing it.
Do you still do that? I mean, just for yourself around.
right.
I do.
Oh.
I do some projects at home. I don't have as much time in my.
We have a call.
Oh, we have a
We
call.
have a
Oh,
call.
all right,
Oh,
we got to take it. Is it our weather report? Hey P, are you on there?
What up, buddy?
Hey man, it's our good friend Johnny P from the Late Night with Johnny P show. Hey, listen, man, thanks for calling in because you got some exciting news. You're about to start the 7th season of your show, January 23rd, right?
Hey, Sean, that is correct. I just want to say hello to my favorite family in California, the Cayans. How are you guys?
Good,
Michelle?
buddy. Good to
Hey,
hear from
P.
you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year,
P,
P.
you
And
too.
and congratulations, P. I hear you're getting hitched. Or wait,
Oh,
sorry,
what do you mean?
engaged.
Cat's out of the bag
I'm
now.
thinking right.
Hey, Johnny, we were hoping to get a little weather report. What's going on there in the old tri-state area?
As they say over here, forget about it, you know?
It's freaking cold, dumbass. Oh.
Yeah. What do we got? We got like 12 to 15 inches here on Staten Island.
Oh my God.
And the roads are pretty clear. I mean, it was beautiful last night. You know, me and Michelle drank some wine. We watched the snow. We lit a fire. But it was brutal. Just
Did you guys
a
talk
shovel
about
of
wedding
snow.
plans?
2 years from now. We're going to do an engagement
You're pacing
party
yourself.
in
You're
about
pacing
You
yourself.
guys have been dating for like 90 years. Seriously, you need another 2 years?
God. All right, listen, Johnny.
Pete, we're coming out there.
We're gonna put all your information for your show up on our Kanan's Rules website and get everybody to tune in, and we'll probably have you call back in over the next couple weeks, and you can tell us who some of your guests are. Okay, hopefully I'll be one of them soon. Next time I'm back on the East Coast.
Definitely. I want an exclusive on the King Rules.
All right.
All right, pal.
Listen, the move is take your girl, go get a campfire, snuggle up.
Okay, thanks, thanks, Pete. Hey,
On that note,
it's minus 30, but yeah, okay. All right,
I
Johnny,
think
we'll talk to you real soon, okay, buddy?
Yeah. It just the tighter, like you squeeze tighter and then you're warmer.
Okay.
It's 10 degrees
I
in
like
New
it.
York right
Yes.
now. That's insane.
right?
So
It's blizzarding.
in true
I
Kanan's
can
Rules
actually
fashion,
tell
we
you
just
that.
jump around all over the place.
Hey.
We just had to jump in with that for a second.
Right.
All right, so you're talking about that you do some of the stuff around the house, but really you don't have a lot of time because you're really busy because you guys have a new project, which is really sort of a marriage of both your talents.
Hey,
because
leader
Wow,
Bob, let our guests talk.
well, okay. I was giving him a lead in.
Well, yeah,
I'll say no more.
You're kind of right. I mean, I did not grow up in the ballroom dance world. She did, but we both, I've been around it for the last 6 years, and it's all of her friends and all of her associates, and so we got this great opportunity to take over a dance studio over in Sherman Oaks.
Nice.
And it's called LA Ballroom Studio.
What was it called before?
It was called the Rhythm Room.
cares?
No, I'm wondering if it's that place when I bought the
It's called Who
the
Cares? It's
package
called
and
We
they
Have New
screwed us.
Owners.
Well, it's not too bad because there's some people out there
Glad you took it over.
that are still,
Yeah, still.
Nadia Eftadel had it, and she is an associate, a friend of Elena's for years. She's a world class level dancer, and well, Nadia wanted to move on and do something else, and we have our new son, and we want to basically put down roots. So we
Nice.
took over the studio and changed the name LA Ballroom Studio, and we took over an existing
Yeah,
business.
like-
So
Right.
Thursday night we signed lease, and Friday we were at work, and I was like,
Wow.
and this is a funny
Yeah.
story. So I had a pretty nice life so far. My father likes to say I had the life of Riley. Like I
Right.
basically
Not Charles
straight
Riley.
out of college, went to Europe and started modeling. Came back, was on a soap opera, and did all this other TV. It was an easy life. I didn't really appreciate it. Lived in San Clemente for 8 years. Was shirtless and shoeless all the time.
Right.
So my first
Just being
real day
hot.
at work.
Which is, and you got a paycheck for it most of the time.
Pretty much. First day at work, Friday. We lock the doors after the day's over, and I turn to my wife. I'm like, oh, God, I don't know about this work thing. I'm exhausted. I don't think I can do this. Just
I don't know if I can do this. I'm like, what? This is a day one.
Oh,
six,
my God.
6 hours into day one. That's it.
Now,
So-
now, how did you study dance with Elena, or have you studied before?
I
or-
freestyle.
You just
Right?
freestyle.
I
Yeah,
am
I
not.
didn't really
I'm not
study.
a dancer, although I may look like a dancer, and I may have played one on
played,
TV.
right?
Yeah.
But no, I am not the dancer in this family. I think my job at the studio, and it's pretty clear, is I go up and greet people.
Okay.
Nice. You're the
Uh,
greeter.
I am. I make a point. I try to make sure everybody's happy there. I do dance. I get into the classes. I like to make sure that I lower the bar
He's
and nobody
actually a pretty
feels
fast
intimidated.
learner.
I bet he's really good, actually.
He's
I
a
bet
pretty
he's
fast learner.
I bet he's coming
Yeah.
along.
So
yeah.
we have a lot of fun, but this one is the pro. This is literally the 2-time world champion. I don't know. Well, I do now. I never knew world champions until I met this woman, and now
Now you know a few.
I know because a lot of her friends are world
Intimately.
champions.
2 times you won.
Yes.
That's amazing. Who's your partner when you won?
I danced with Tony Dovolani at that point, and he's also on Dancing with the Stars. And before that, I danced with Maxim Chmikovsky, who's also on
yeah.
the show. So it's a small world if you're on the top, and partnerships split up. There are some
you-
shifts happen.
Did you prefer doing Dancing with the Stars, or did you like the competitive aspect of?
Dancing with the Stars is a completely, totally different animal, I call it. So it's not part of what I did my whole entire life. So for me to experience Hollywood, and I don't know how long you're doing it and how you started, but for me in the beginning it was
Slept
weird.
with a lot of producers.
Yeah.
No.
So in the beginning it was weird. I had to actually get used to and learn what it is about.
Oh, that's right. We have a camera here.
Cameras here. Well, that's cool though. Do you think Dancing with the Stars is something that you would ever want to do?
I literally thought I was going to sleep my way on the show. What are you kidding me? I think it's an amazing show. I think it's a great platform and a great opportunity. I mean, listen, that's what we do. We're in the entertainment business, and quite frankly, being known and the notoriety helps you get work and more work.
Right.
I don't know if I'd be excluded now because I own a dance studio, but right now I have my hands full with everything we're doing at the studio. But I think it's a great show, and I would love to continue doing it. Yeah, we have the website up right now.
Great.
We're going to do a little mini talk about Dancing with Stars. We did Lily Melger and Martha Madison, two soap people, Days of Our Lives.
Lily was
I
on
believe.
General Hospital.
General.
Yeah.
So we did a radio show with them a couple days ago, and I think Lily was the one who threw out the gauntlet of like, I could outdance you. Well, Martha, not to be outdone, said,
So
bring
we're
it.
doing
Well,
it.
we literally came up with a Celebrity Dance Challenge, and we are doing it on February 6th at our place. It's
Right.
a mini
wow.
Dancing with the Stars. They
Everybody
have 2 weeks.
invited.
2 weeks to prepare. And they're going to perform at our February 6th Valentine's party at the studio.
fun.
It's open to the public, and we would love
Send
for
us
as
this-
many people to come.
Send us the
That
stuff.
would be
and we'll
great.
put
You'll
it
I'm
put
on
going
that
to
up on
send
the
you the link. I
website
think
for
Riley
sure.
invited you today. We have a Facebook page, and we sent the link, like the
Yes, it's a
I
LA
got-
Ballroom Studio page on Facebook, and all
Okay.
our upcoming events are all there.
And we
That's really
taped
fun.
Lily and Martha both practicing. They have professional dance partners that are our teachers at our studio. They both picked the tango, and they both talked a little shit about each other, and it's going to be fantastic.
I just have to say that I feel like since I know Lily and I've met her a few times. I feel like maybe we could take her.
I don't know. She's Latin. She's got that in
feel
her,
like
in her
it's-
blood.
I feel
mean,
like we should throw in.
Listen, that was the first one. We're going to have a second
do
we don't
round.
have enough
we should
projects
do
going
a
on.
couples dance off.
We could.
Yeah, Michelle, please.
Martha,
Everybody dancing in a
For the
circle.
love of God.
Wait,
I mean,
wait, Shawnee,
zip
Shawnee,
it.
Shawnee will be dancing the hokey pokey, and
I'll do the chicken dance.
Martha's going to surprise some people. Martha was a dancer all the way through
I was
college.
a ballerina.
Yeah,
Ooh,
there's people that
there
have
you go.
hidden dance talent. Well, that's
Right?
gonna.
Michelle, not the time to talk smack with the two-time world champion.
Right?
Okay?
No, I'm just saying. I'm trying to
Well,
talk smack to
you
get
guys are
into it.
certainly
You know how my-
invited, and I think we
On
sent the
the
Facebook
6th.
invite to you already. On a February
if
6th.
we're here, we
February
You
6th.
guys need audience members too, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
we're having
yeah,
celebrity
we are.
judges.
Trying to see what day of the week it
Snow Urban from So You Think You Can Dance is going to be a celebrity judge.
Yeah.
And our illustrious PR guy Charles Riley is going to line up some other celebrity judges.
Any chance that Charles Riley will be
Oh, it's a
dancing?
Thursday.
Depends
It
on
is a
how
Thursday,
much
yes.
champagne. you
Champagne,
have.
yeah, exactly.
It's a Thursday. We're available on Thursday
I think I'm working
night.
that Thursday, aren't I? I think I'm filming. aren't I?
Shawnee asks about the
Shawnee-
audience
okay,
question
so
because he
it's-
wants
I wanna
to
be
be
in
in
the
that
audience.
crowd.
So
Yeah,
now,
exactly.
now it's girl smack talk. So does your husband volunteer you for stuff? Because mine says my wife is so competent. She's so strong and she's so confident. Like she can do anything, and he gives me to do anything. I just got volunteered to produce a play in Palm Springs.
Yes.
Coming up, and I've never produced a play. I've produced movies. I've produced TV. I've produced.
It's a play.
For children.
Yeah.
I've done ballets.
What's the play?
But
True West.
Oh wow. Very cool.
So-
No, he never really volunteered me for it because I think he knows very well that I'm very good at saying no.
Yeah, so suddenly the English isn't so
he
good
goes,
then.
"Ooh, I need to talk to my wife." So he
No,
doesn't
I
just,
do that.
He doesn't just go, "Oh yeah, she's gonna do it."
Yeah.
So yeah, I got lucky, I guess.
I consider Michelle Superwoman, and so sometimes I will blurt things out like, "Oh sure, my wife will take care of it," and I kind of forget that.
that I have a baseball bat next to my bed.
I know.
Yes.
I completely remember that.
Yes.
Okay, my
yes,
love.
yes. So what about so when Sean and I first moved in together, like the day after we moved in, he's like, "Oh, hey, my parents are coming for you to meet them to stay at our house." And I was like, "Wow."
They are your in-laws.
Well, we just moved in together, and so I was a little nervous to meet them. So I thought that the kitchen didn't have an overhead light, and I thought that was really dumb. There was like one little sconce. So I said, "Well, Sean, go pick out a chandelier, and I'll put the chandelier in." So
She
he's
puts in
"What?"
chandeliers too. Wow.
So I dropped
You can do everything.
So
You lucked out.
I love electricity. I like wiring, and
Oh, wow.
I'm really good at that.
I've done some wiring. You just got to make sure you don't touch the black wire.
Complete the circuit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. That's a big one.
And other than that, it's fine. Don't touch
yeah.
the
I
wire.
recommend rubber gloves.
Well, yeah, but you don't want to be the rubber gloves completing the circuit.
Yeah.
My
Right.
dad can build a radio from scratch.
Really?
Yeah.
You're kidding?
That's awesome.
What type?
Here's the funny.
Russian style one.
Her dad works at a vacuum cleaner factory below Red Square in center of Moscow.
Interesting.
Right.
They test weapons there. Literally, they
Vacuums.
test missiles there.
And apparently vacuums.
Yeah.
And
Under
it's
Red
deep
Square.
down
Under Red-
underground, and he's
yes.
been doing it for him and his brother do it. They
For
work like
years.
48-hour shifts, and they literally blow up missiles underground at Red Square to find out if they're going to work or not.
What type
Smart.
of are we talking about? Vacuums like no air coming in, or are we
Yes.
talking about vacuums like,
Like,
I
he's your-
clean my carpet?
He's your son, Michelle.
It's like it'll
Carpet.
work in a
Clean your
vacuum.
No, clean your carpet
Oh
vacuum.
my God.
Yeah.
That's
Have
awesome.
you been back? Have you been back since you've
Yeah,
moved
yeah,
here?
yeah. I've been back
I went
many
with her
times,
once.
yeah.
It was
Really?
Remind me not to
Yeah.
buy a Russian vacuum.
Wow.
Amazing.
They're
Such
probably
a-
Yes,
really
I'd really like to
powerful.
go there. It's somewhere that I think would be really.
It's a very
Yeah.
different. I mean, I traveled all over the world because of my dance
Right.
competitions, and Russia is a very different country. Like if
Mm-hmm.
if you go to Japan, you have this shock of
Right.
everything is so different. So Russia, comparing to the other countries, has the same effect on people.
Right.
So you look at everything, and it's just extremely different.
So you have a lot of family there still, obviously.
My whole entire family is still there.
Now, have they
Came
come
over by
over? Have they
herself.
come over here to
Her
visit
mother's
you?
here now.
Yeah, my mom is helping with our baby boy.
Oh.
because-
The Russian babushka is
The
here.
babushka. So what does she? But what does she think of? I mean, growing up hearing probably lots of things about the United States that may or
Yeah.
may not have been true, and then actually coming here, how's her
No,
perception?
a lot of people in Russia want to immigrate,
Yeah.
And
Sure.
it's just, it is what it is. And she kind of was at that age, she's like, nah, I don't really want to move. But now that she has baby boy,
Right.
and I am the only daughter.
Oh,
so she waited for so long to have her.
She is the
Right.
greatest
Right
grandmother.
now, she's
She
like, yeah,
loves
I'm
Magnus.
selling everything. I'm moving in. And I'm like,
Sean, let me tell you this. I get gourmet Russian food cooked for me
yeah.
24
Really?
hours a
Yes.
day. We close the studio up and we get home. We get home sometimes like 11:30, midnight. Luba is her name. Luba is up and she'll have this incredible gourmet food. You've
So we
never
have-
tasted it so good. All fresh, homemade, fresh blintzes with meat.
We have a
Wow.
different
Oh, that
problem.
sounds
I
as well.
can't believe I haven't gotten fat.
You better
I
keep
just
dancing,
eat.
right?
Yeah, we have a
Right.
different problem versus like, oh, there's nothing to eat. This one goes, can we eat sushi today?
It's
so
so good. Such
That
good
sounds,
food.
now, where do you go in Los Angeles for good Russian food?
there's a place next door to where we live.
We live in a Russian neighborhood,
yeah,
too.
we do.
West
You guys by
Hollywood.
So-
Fairfax?
Close to that.
Close
We're
there,
on.
yeah.
all right.
Oh, I know.
Wait,
Crescent-
hey,
Crescent Heights
we
in
are
Santa
on the
Monica.
air. You
No, I know,
probably
I
don't
know.
want to give out your home address.
Yeah.
Well, it's
No.
the Russian. It's the Russian area
Russian
on Santa Monica
community, yeah.
Boulevard. And there's a
So give me the
restaurant-
name of a good restaurant. I wanna try.
Traktir.
Traktir is the one that we go a lot to, and then they opened the Marivanna right on the Melrose place.
Yeah.
Do
That
you
one
need to
is
know Russian to get in?
no.
Okay.
Now, are you
No.
learning to speak some Russian?
Chut chut.
You need to learn how to say "Yogolodn kak sobaka." I'm as hungry as a dog. It's really
knows
it's really all I
Yogolodny.
can say.
That's all you need to say.
Very
Right.
cool. So we got about 5 minutes left.
Yes, we have to do some shameless
We have to do
plugs.
some shameless plugs, one of which is for our sponsor and good friend Ken Simpson, who has been nominated for a very prestigious award for the WeGo Health Awards for Best Kept Secret. And Ken is the founder of Skin to Skin, which is our sponsor. Amazing products that I use myself and have used for a long time. Michelle and I are both the ambassadors for the company. And you can go on our website and see the products, and we will have a link later this evening.
It's up
so that
on
you
the screen right now.
It's on the screen right now, so you can please vote for Ken. Ken's got an amazing story. He's a survivor, a cancer survivor, and developed these products initially for himself, and has now shared them with everybody. And I strongly believe in them and put my name behind them. So please go and vote for Ken.
Ever since I started using Skin to Skin, now I always have to say I don't wear makeup. Right now I'm wearing no makeup. Thanks, Petey.
Thanks,
I know
Petey.
it's starting.
Thank-
You
Thanks-
need to change.
thanks,
You need
Pete.
to change the auto play.
All right,
on
while you
your
two are
website.
arguing, we got
Thanks.
one more quick plug I have to do. We are going to be in Tulsa, Oklahoma, at the
February-
Hard Rock Casino.
February 1st.
February 1st, and we're actually going to be with all the Dancing with the Stars crew with Mark Ballast and I think Sasha Farber and
Sasha.
is it Faber or Farber? Farber.
I think Farber.
Farber. And who else is going to be there? I don't know if Derek's going to be there or not. And
What are you doing there?
I'm going to be emceeing a show doing stand up, and they do an incredible dance review. We should get you on that next time. A friend of mine is the one
I
who
would love
produces
to,
it,
sure.
and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So if people would like to come see me and probably more importantly see the terrific dancers from Dancing with the Stars, you can go on our Kanan's Rules website, which is www.kanansrules.com.
By the way,
Yes, darling.
I was reading the contract, and this time
You have to do stand-up? I love it.
You can't use me as an opener. We went on.
Aha!
Sean did stand up, and he we get there, and he goes, "Hey, listen, I need to stay right here for a minute. I need you to just go up there, get the microphone, and like stay there for about 10 minutes." And I'm like,
And you killed it.
You
She
want
did a
me to
great
be your
job.
opener?
That's called real opener.
Fantastic.
And he's
mean-
like, yeah, and slaps me on the ass and sends me out. And I'm like, so let me tell you about Sean's socks.
That is not true. That is not true
It's
at all.
pretty true.
So guys, what's the best way for everybody to learn about? Well, we're going to put the events up on our website, but what are your social networking sites so everybody can follow?
Yeah,
what you're
the
doing?
website is a great place. It's Laballroomstudio.com. It has our calendar, address, and phone, all our instructors, and everything's
The
on there.
Facebook is the same, LA
Yeah.
Ballroom Studio. Our Twitter is just LA Ballroom. The studio wouldn't fit.
Didn't fit. Yeah.
And then you couldn't be like LA Ballroom STD. That wouldn't be
That
good.
would be
That would be
weird.
weird.
That'd be
That would be
weird.
weird.
And
Yeah.
we just want to let people know that before our grand opening, we're running a special on you buy a program that we call 222 because
For
there's
222?
2 lessons, 2 private lessons, 2 group classes, 2 parties for 222.
Sounds like a great deal.
It's a 33% discount. So on February 6th, it's open to the public. Coming out, it's $10 in advance, $15 a door. It's a social party. We're going to have the celebrity dance challenge. Then
And
that
do people
day-
actually have the chance to see you dance or dance with you, or?
Yes, it's
Yes,
social.
dance
It's a
with
social
us.
night.
That's
Yeah.
amazing to get a
Yeah.
chance to dance
Yeah.
with a 2-time world champion.
Yep.
And
plus-
watch Rib be a host. So that'll
Right.
be
And on March 31st, we're planning. On March 31st, it's a Monday. We're planning for a proper grand opening.
Huge red carpet.
Oh,
Stephanie.
terrific. So if you give us that
Stars,
info,
people.
we'll put
Yeah,
that up for
yeah.
sure.
Big
and
deal. We're
Yeah.
gonna.
get
I'm
everybody
showing
to
it
come.
right now.
Oh, you're showing it right
Yeah.
to Pete. You're so on it.
Yeah, you guys are on it. This was absolutely so fun.
It was fun,
I'm
yeah.
I'm so sorry we don't have wine
Just
and food.
bombastic.
And
Well, we will have to
Did
do
you?
this again for sure.
Yeah.
And I know we've tried to get.
Can I
We-
come over
maybe
and
we-
see your 5-story house? And
no, that
believe
went,
me,
that,
I will be.
No, I
went
made
by
him
with the
sell
Bring
it.
a
kids.
pillow with you.
I made him sell it. I was like, it was 2 bedrooms and 5 stories.
5 stories and 2
And I was
bedrooms.
No,
like,
I took 3 bedrooms and made 1 master suite into it. And then,
Of course
and then
you
there was
did.
yeah, you know.
Yes, you did.
yeah,
And now I'm a married man.
Yeah.
yeah, but can you imagine? And I was like, no, there's ghosts in this house. I want to, we have.
I mean, 4 children living. all in
yeah,
the same
that was
house.
the thing, is that Sean was like, oh, I have a
He's like,
daughter.
oh, prep school, send them to prep
and I was
no.
like, I have 4.
Oh yeah. No, there's ghosts and some other things living in the house.
Exactly.
Yeah, we had to.
It's probably had to be burned.
A lot of sage.
Those sheets got dropped and then they went.
Yeah.
my
All right,
Yeah.
babe. Anything else that you have?
Um.
You've always got like 19 things going on.
Okay. Well, the play.
Well,
we
yeah,
are.
right.
Yes,
We're-
we're going to start promoting that. We just signed David Steen and Tristan Rogers and Judith Chapman and young Sean here, and they're going to be doing True West
So
in
that's gonna
Palm
be exciting.
Springs. So we start production. We have our first meeting Sunday.
Yeah, so we're very excited
So
about
very
that. So
exciting.
we'll put information for tickets on that. We're probably going to do, I don't know, we're probably going to do about 12 performances for that. So it should be a lot of fun.
Yes.
I thought we were busy.
Oh yeah,
Jeez.
right.
Yeah. Oh, you have
Absolutely.
no,
You have no idea.
That's just what we can talk
When,
about
when
right
do you
now.
see your kids?
Right there.
Frequently, trust me.
Wait, you mean my interns?
Exactly.
We have the twin turns at home.
Twin turns.
They're 14.
And then I guess one last thing to plug. If you haven't had a chance to watch the I'm a Soap Star video, go to YouTube, watch
Yep.
it. It's pretty funny.
Yes.
That's about all I got. Pete, you got anything else?
Yeah, I'm starting up on a new show.
Yay,
So,
Petey.
Doing what?
I'm doing a concept for half talk, half play on video games.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
and I'm shooting it at our house. What this weekend?
One more thing that we're doing that I didn't know. We're now shooting
Yes.
something at our house. It
Yeah.
never stops.
I know.
All right, who do we have next week as a guest?
We have Brian Kalin.
Ah, the lovely Brian Kalin, who is starring
Would
in
you
Ride
stop
Along.
calling men lovely, or I'm going to start calling men pretty?
I'm very excited
I
that
think he
Brian's
called Riley
coming on.
beautiful
I
or
called
He
her-
did, lovely.
I said fetching. I think it was fetching.
No, you said
the fetching
lovely.
Charles Riley.
Anyway, Brian is a really, really great friend of ours, and he is performing stand-up this weekend in
Don't look at me. I don't
in
know.
Texas.
No, he's in Austin at oh God, I can't
Isn't
remember.
Austin in Texas?
No, it is. And I'm trying to remember the name of the place. Don't be a smartass. All right, it's on the website. Anyway, Brian, break a leg. We'll see you next week.
Yes, if you want tickets, the links are up on our website.
Terrific. We want to thank our guest, Elena Rib. Thank you guys so much for coming and joining us.
Thank you for
and
having us.
hopefully we
Pleasure.
will see you at the opening of your, well, it's already open, but the big event that you're going to be
Yeah.
having.
Yes. The
Thanks for
31st.
joining us. We will have to do this again, all right?
Thank you.
All right. Awkward Pete, as always, take us out.
Welcome to the new sound of online radio. Welcome to the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network. 'Cause you make me feel like I've been locked out of hell. A mix of today's hits and hard-to-find favorites, combined with the most entertaining and intriguing talk anywhere. This is your sound. This is the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network at UPNradio.com.